So, I've talked about this so many times through my social media. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, X, TikTok, YouTube, you name it. It's in my coming up published book entitled The Best Life Ever. And that is about Jehovah's Organization, aka the Watchtower Organization, aka the governing body. They've talked for so many decades saying to not go to college, to not go to trade school, to not even finishing high school, but to pioneer. Do I have to mention it again? How my mom and my dad met prior to 1975? Yes, they fell in love, got married in December of 1974. My mom was 17, my dad was 20. They were so confident, being directed by Jehovah's Organization, that Armageddon was coming in 1975, less than 1 year after they got married. Do I have to say it again? I myself was supposed to be born into the new system. Deuteronomy 18:20 through 22. Read it. I'm not even going to tell you what it's about. But why am I mentioning this again? Well, there's a good reason. Very recently, I think it's like less than a month ago, in the year 2026, they posted this first time ever, a TikTok press program from Jehovah's Organization. Now, let me show you it. It's very short.
We are your neighbors, your doctors, your teachers. We are Jehovah's Witnesses.
I'm your classmate.
I'm your teacher.
I am your doctor.
I'm your lawyer.
I'm your firefighter.
We are Jehovah's Witnesses.
So there it is. They're talking about Jehovah's Witnesses, who are doctors, lawyers, you name it, and we're Jehovah's Witnesses. But now, you don't have to believe me. You can call me a liar. I don't care. But let me show you not one, but two governing body videos that they posted a couple years ago. And we're not looking at back in 1914, over 100 years ago. This is like less than 5-6 years ago. Here it is.
What secular skills will we be promoting? Skills that will be useful to God's organization now and after Armageddon. For example, we need construction skills around the world right now. And think about this. We will not need doctors or lawyers after Armageddon, but we will need carpenters and plumbers and similar construction trades.
Not all who pursue higher education in Satan's world experience those pitfalls. But is it a risk worth taking? That's what we want to get our young ones to think about. I like to use the illustration of a school of hungry sharks. Now let's say the statistics are that if 10 people try to swim through this school of hungry sharks, 8 of them will make it. Only 2 will be eaten by the sharks. Now would you reason, well, that's very good survival rate, 80% survival. I think I can do it. I think I can swim through this school of sharks. You probably wouldn't take that risk, would you? Well, what's the point? Well, for those who try to swim through and survive spiritually, the figurative school of hungry sharks of higher education, probably the survival rate is not as good as in our illustration. But in contrast, we want our young ones, and support their parents in this regard, to set spiritual goals such as pioneering. They can accomplish so much more than pursuing anything in Satan's world.
So there it is. They're clearly telling people become a plumber and so forth. Again, let's think about, and yes, I'm bringing it up to you, Mom, once again. Why did you never finish high school? Why did you drop out of high school back in 1972, 1973 and Pioneer? Because Armageddon was coming any day now, just around the corner. And by the time you turned 18, Armageddon was going to be coming. You know what? You're trying to use, and I know Jehovah's Witnesses use this twisted Bible scripture, Proverbs 4:18, that the light keeps getting brighter. Read the full contents. Don't just believe what the governing body teaches. We all know what the governing body teaches, what Proverbs 4:18 says, that Jehovah gives a better understanding, a new light, a governing body update. If you actually read the Bible without the comments from the Watchtowers organization, read also verse 19. Unless you're illiterate and you can't read, Proverbs 19 and Proverbs 18 is the comparison, living a wicked life and a righteous life. Let's repeat it. Living a wicked life or a righteous life. There's no scripture prior to Proverbs 4:18, and there's not a scripture after Proverbs 19 that says anything about Jehovah needs a better understanding, a new light, a governing body update. That is a twisted scripture that you Jehovah's Witnesses must follow, because that's what your governing body tells you. Again, let's repeat. I'm going to keep repeating it. Repeat yourselves. Repeating myself. Oh, here, and if you don't believe me, let me show you the clip. So, ending this little video, go to Deuteronomy 18:20 through 22. It's not one of those scriptures that you have to look at it and say, things you make you feel, It's very clear. A 5-year-old who could start reading could understand what Deuteronomy 18 through 22 says. Again, I'm just paraphrasing it. I'm not going to read the full contents of Deuteronomy. It clearly teaches, if anyone prophesies in the name of Jehovah and fails, does it say you get a better light, a better understanding, a governing body update, a new light? No. It clearly teaches, and it doesn't say either that you get 1 chance, 2 chance, 3 chance, maybe after the third chance you're out of luck. No. If anyone prophesies in the name of Jehovah even 1 time, you're not following from the, you're not coming for the right script. I know I'm getting kind of irritated, and I'm getting excited, but Deuteronomy 18 says, anyone prophesies in the name of Jehovah and it fails, it actually says the accuser should be put to death, and you should have no fear. Wake up. And again, stop. I know my parents are one of the big ones. It doesn't matter if I am gay, bisexual, transgender, a heterosexual, if I'm tall, if I'm short, if I'm Mexican, if I'm white, if I'm Russian, if I'm from the United States, if I'm from Phoenix, Arizona, if I'm from Spokane, Washington, if I am from New York City, if I'm New Jersey, if I am in Alaska, if I live in Canada, if I live in Mexico, if I live in Brazil, if I live in Europe, if I live in Nigeria, Nicaragua, you name it, it's all gonna be the exact same thing. So you can't come to me, listen carefully, I don't want any of you, you have no point, no chance to try to defend me and say, but Victor, you're gay. Don't make me use the 1 + 1 story again, because 1 + 1 is always going to be 2, no matter if you're gay, straight, ugly, fat, Mexican, short, Chinese, Indonesian. 1 + 1 can never change. The same thing with that whole scripture in Deuteronomy. You know, what would be different? What if it was my brother who's a heterosexual? What, are you going to think differently just because he's a heterosexual and he's married to a wife named Courtney who likes to call herself a light bearer, which means Lucifer? Wake up, everyone. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video.
In recent years, the annual meeting has been an occasion where clarified understanding of Bible truths, a new light, has been announced and explained. Now, will there be new light today?
All right, Leroy, who's the one and only Malcolm? I am. I am. Oh, shit. Oh, God damn. Let me go. Let me go. I can teach you no more. There's a power that's inside you. I demonstrate you find in time.